Holy cow. But the Cubs have the same exact record after 15 games as they did in 2024 and 2023. Does it mean that this team's destiny has already been written? Find out next. Welcome back, Cubs fans. We just saw the Cubs wrap up a 3-game series at Wrigley Field against the Texas Rangers. It was cold. Despite the Chicago springtime conditions, there was some hot baseball being played by the Northsiders. The Cubs kicked off a Monday night baseball games with the temperatures just above freezing, but Justin Steele's arm was smoking hot. He was dominant. He threw 7 innings of 3-hit shutout baseball, striking out 8 and only walking 2. This was his 3rd straight win since that disastrous start he had in Tokyo, where he lost against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The offense got going in the 2nd inning when Michael Busch doubled and scored. Busch also drove in another run with a triple in the 5th inning, which chased the Rangers starter Nathan Eovaldi and got into that bullpen. I've said before that the secret sauce to having a good offense is getting to that bullpen early and often. The big inning for the Cubs was the 6th, where they scored 4 runs, highlighted by a 2-run single from Mr. Cub himself, Ian Happ. Happ finished the night with 3 RBIs. Kyle Tucker, not to be forgotten, and Seiya Suzuki also contributed RBIs in the 6th inning, underscoring why that was such a big inning for the Cubs. The Rangers, Nathan Eovaldi only allowed 3 runs in his 4 2/3 innings pitched. Colin Ray pitched for the final 2 innings for the Cubs, and he secured the 7-0 shutout victory. This is the Cubs' first shutout of the year, quite as it kept. The Rangers had entered the game winning 5 straight. So this is a great start to a series and a great, again, show what you got type game for early in the season for the Cubs. And we're passing all the tests. 2nd game, Cubs win 10-6. Tuesday night was a little bit warmer. Game temps was at 35 degrees. I'll tell you about that Chicago spring weather. This game had a lot more offense and a late rally that secured the win for the Cubs. The Cubs took an early lead when Dansby Swanson homered in the 2nd inning. And then they eventually extended that lead with a 3-run 5th inning where Swanson also added a sacrifice fly. Dansby's numbers don't show how good he's been this season. So keep an eye on him. A lot of the talk has been on Tucker and Suzuki, but Dansby's been doing something. The Rangers eventually got the game back to 6-3, but a pivotal moment in the 8th inning came where the Cubs scored 4 runs to retake the lead. The inning started with an error by Rangers center fielder Leody Taveras on a fly ball from Ian Happ. After an intentional walk to Kyle Tucker and a fielding error by the Rangers' 3rd baseman, loaded the bases. And then Dansby Swanson, as I've been saying, he came through with a tie-breaking 2-run single. PCA, I've been saying he's got a lot of that hobby energy. He added a 2-run single of his own to extend the lead. Both Suzuki and PCA had 3 hits and 2 RBIs in this game. The starting pitcher, Jameson Taillon, he pitched 6 innings for the Cubs, only allowing 3 runs, getting four key outs late after relieving Jameson Taillon. Game 3, Cubs can go for another sweep. I've been dying to break out the broom in one of these videos. Obviously, it wasn't this game either. The Cubs lose 6-2. Wednesday afternoon getaway game saw the Rangers avoid the sweep. Rangers starter Tyler Miley was outstanding in this game, to be honest with you. He pitched 7 innings, only allowed 1 run on 2 hits with 4 strikeouts. The Cubs offense just didn't have it this game. Rangers shortstop Corey Seager, who has been struggling to early season, he was due for a breakout. He had a big day. He hit 2 home runs. It was easily the player of the game. The Rangers took an early lead in the first inning off his first home run. The Cubs did eventually tie the game in the 4th inning when Seiya Suzuki, who's been smoking hot, I think I want to give him the player of the series award, Suzuki. He drove in Michael Busch in the 4th inning to tie the game. Suzuki had another strong offensive showing in the series. Like I said, he was 7 for 11 this series. However, the Rangers did quickly regain the lead and extended it in the 5th, scoring 3 more runs. Seager's second home run came in the 7th inning to put the game away. Suzuki drove in another run in the 9th, plating Ian Happ, but it wasn't enough. Like I said, the Cubs offense just didn't have it, and that's going to happen. It's a 6-month season, 162 games. The offense is going to have bad days. And you know who else is going to have bad days? Your ace, Shota Imanaga, second worst start in his brief Cubs career. He only got it to 5 innings and allowed 5 earned runs on 7 hits, including 2 home runs. And now his ERA is bloated now to 2.70. Joke. A significant piece of news came from this game, though. Justin Steele, he felt tightness in his pitching arm and was placed on the 15-day injured list with left elbow tendonitis. This is the same feeling he had last August when he also missed time. So the Cubs took 2 out of 3 from a tough Ranger squad who had came into the game again, winning 5 straight games. The offense showed its potential. The injury to Justin Steele certainly is something to monitor for Cubs fans. Hopefully he can fight back. It's not an extended absence for the Cubs pitching great, just 3 weeks at best. Now the Cubs go back out west for a challenging West Coast trip where they got to play the Dodgers and the Padres. As always, I will have those updates after the series to recap all how I feel. So stay tuned for that. Does this Chicago team feel different from the versions we saw in 2023 and 2024? Let's explore some of this because through 15 games, the 2025 iteration of the Cubs has the exact same record at 9-6 as they did in 2024 and 2023. If you've been watching the Cubs lately, you know both those teams got into a rut early. They started off hot in April, and then May and June, they sucked. But I feel different about this team. I don't think this team is going to have that same early summer swoon where they got to dig themselves out of. And I think a lot of it comes the defense and the base running has improved on this team. Also, there's been some other areas, but I want to stay with those 2 right now. The fielding on this team so far has been elite. Let me not say elite. Let me just say above average. Let's be clear. It's above average according to Fangraphs. I want to say elite according to what I've seen, but I'm going to stick to the numbers. It's been a significant leap from where they were last year. The Cubs' base running has been exceptional. This is their second highest steal rate in baseball, and they lead the league in runners scoring from second on a single. That's, again, what I talk about secret sauce to potent offenses, being aggressive on the base paths. Another thing that I think this Cubs team have that's going to keep them away from the same fate those last 2 teams had, Kyle Tucker. He's a star. He's a superstar. He's the new version of Chris Bryant from 2016. He has won the National League Player of the Week, and it's for good reason. He has been everything that the Cubs hoped for. He is the perfect fit for a left-handed batter and to go in this lineup. And he got a great glove. Thank you for pulling Seiya out of the right field. I've been asking for that for a long time. As you saw in this previous series against the Rangers, they're pitching around him now. Teams are on notice, which is giving Seiya Suzuki a lot of good looks. I'm going to stick with the offense for this. The Cubs' base running has been exceptional. This is their second highest steal rate in baseball, and they lead the league in runners scoring from second on a single. That's, again, what I talk about secret sauce, the potent offense. Cubs have the second highest steal rate in baseball, only behind the Boston Red Sox, who are perfect. They excel at going from first to third and scoring from first on a double. The aggressiveness on the base pass, the proactive base running is a separator for this team. You see this in October all the time. The teams that are aggressive when they get on base are the teams that win. I know it's early, but start thinking that. Hitting coach Dustin Kelly has explained why the offense has been so different from the last 2 years. They've controlled the strike zone very well this year. They are more aggressive in the zone, and they're looking to do damage in the zone. This shift in mindset and approach has contributed to the Cubs' strong offensive numbers. They rank first in the National League in hits and runs. They're first in all of baseball on RBIs. They're also second in home runs in the NL, only behind the team we're about to play, the Dodgers, who are the defending world champs. You might be asking why the 15-game mark is anything to take note of. You're right. I think the Cubs are going to have a similar record when we get to 30 games, 18-12. But the point is, I think the way we're getting these wins, the way the team is playing, is very sustainable. And I don't think that there's going to be a fall off or drop off of anything that has plagued this team the last 2 summers. However, it is also important to note that their concerns coming into the season are still there. The bullpen has a high walk rate, and that is a significant red flag. So they haven't blown a save yet. We know it's coming. Their strikeout percentage minus the walk percentage is among the worst in baseball. Despite the offensive improvements, the strong base running, the bullpen struggles could still derail this team. As you saw the last 2 seasons, the win-loss record might mirror recent years at this stage. The underlying metrics and overall feel, and yes, I am big on vibes. The vibes on this team is a lot different from the last 2 seasons. The vibes around this team suggest that this team is on a different trajectory. Also, the division sucks. Don't forget that either. Overall, this team has a definite different dynamic than it had in previous years. While the records are the same, this is not the same team. Craig Counsell is a better manager than Rossi. I don't feel like this team is prone to prolonged stretches of bad baseball. You've seen it in the first 15 games. We just don't think it's going to happen. And I do believe that with Jed Hoyer being a quote unquote lame duck GM, he's going to fix this bullpen, because the walking is not going to. I don't think the Ryan Stressly innings are going to continue for too much longer. I don't think any of the issues that are coming from the bullpen all around are going to be a problem for the entire season. We're going to go get somebody. You just can read the tea leaves. This team is in win now mode. The concern and consistency and trustworthiness of the bullpen outside of a couple of relievers is going to change. We're going to add some arms, so I'm not even concerned about that as of right now. It's still April. We can circle back to that in July. If it's still an issue, we'll come right back to it. So in summary, while this team, the 2025 Cubs, share early season record with recent Cub teams, this is different. Significantly different. We've improved in defense. We've improved in base running. We are more aggressive and productive at the plate. We're more aggressive and productive at the plate, and we have another MVP candidate that we haven't had since 2018, Javi? With Cal Tucker and the new approach and the trickle-down effects of having Cal Tucker, we won't have the same issues that we had in previous seasons. And if we do, it's not like we haven't been here before. Holy cow, go Cubs. Thanks for listening to this latest edition from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Whether you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And all my homies from Chicago, we say 3 things: bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.